Hi everyone, Sarah Carter, independent consultant for Usborne Books and More, and I'm going to be sharing with you chapter books for ages 7 to about 10 or 11, starting with Bug Brother by Pete Johnson. We have about 4 books in this series right now. So this one follows Jamie and his little brother Harry. So his little brother Harry is kind of always up in his plans, and so one day Jamie accidentally turns his brother Harry into a fly. He realizes a lot about how much he loves his brother and responsibility, especially in being an oldest child. So this one is really fun, particularly if you have any cases of sibling rivalry going on. Next up is Fizz. There are 5 books in this one, and Fizz is a police dog. This particular book is great if you're talking to your kids about how to deal with a bully. This one happened to win an award in Australia. And you can see that there are lots of pictures involved in here too if you have a dog lover, or maybe you or your husband are involved in the armed forces. This would be a great book for your child too. Next up, we have EJ12. EJ12 is a girl hero, and she is amazing because she's great at math, she's great at science, great at cracking codes. So really strong role model here for girls. Obviously, this would be an enjoyable book for boys as well. So she's trying to figure out, okay, how can I handle school with some girls that are being mean when, I'm running off all over the place to save the world. Great book. Highly recommend the series. Next up is Wheel Nuts. This is one of my kids' favorite books. So this is not a graphic novel. It looks a lot like one. It reads a lot like one, but particularly if you have an older, reluctant reader, this is a great book because it is high engagement. The Wheel Nuts have to drive all over the place. Each book is themed. They have a race in different places. So as you can see in this case, this is the spooky smackdown. The first one starts in the middle of the desert. There's one that's in space, which just gets more and more out there. But it's really fun. I'll show you a few of the main players in this race. So you've got the Wheel Deal, Rust Bucket 3000, Dino Wagon, the Flying Diaper. So lots of different goofy cars and funny, silly characters in this one. Next up is Scurvy Dogs. So these ones are sort of like graphic novels for younger kids. Scurvy Dogs is the first one. This is the newer one, Scurvy Dogs and the Dinosaur Boneyard. My kids love these because they really mimic what kids do with using their imagination. So you can see there'll be pirates, like right here, and then all of a sudden flips to what's really going on, and look, they're really on top of the car. So my kids love the dichotomy there because that's exactly what they do. In their minds, it looks a little bit different than what's really going on in real life. So lots of fun there. And you can teach your kids about comic strips too, because it has kind of a comic strip style. Next up are the Bear Girls Adventures. There are 2, 4, 6, 7 books in this series now. I'll see if I can show you guys some of the titles here. So we've got the Jungle Challenge, Blizzard Challenge, Desert Challenge, Sea Challenge, etc. So if your kid loves adventure, if they're fans of the survivalist Bear Grylls, or they're just interested in the great outdoors, this could really capture their attention. In each book, Bear chooses a different child and a different part of the world to try to survive in. And so he teaches them survival skills depending on what their environment is like. These are so much fun. My kids had me buy the whole set. Fortunately, these guys are only $4.99 each, and the set as a whole is, let's see, $29.99. So great value on that one. Next up, we have Pet Vet. Here's book 1. This is Cranky Paws. And in this one, you've got Trump, the dog, who is the protagonist, and it's his job to help sick animals at the vet where he lives. It's got all kinds of goofy, let me show you. It has all kinds of little goofy asides in here too. There we go, Trump's diagnosis. So it'll show you that. There's upper level vocabulary words in here too that it points out. Let's see if I can find that for you. Okay, and words like diagnose, identify a problem or a sickness. So I really like that it shows them how to pronounce words and tells them what they are as well. So great chapter book. Also, if your child loves animals, you'll love Pet Patrol. So this is one of them. There are 4 in this series. And this one, Stamp, is the main character. And in this one, James and Ace are in the tropical north. They're getting ready to enter a big canine festival race, but there's a storm. So in each one, Stamp is responsible for helping rescue someone. So if your child loves animals, they will love this book also. Thanks for joining me.